Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we are going to see how to find if two numbers are amicable pairs or not in Matlab. So what is amicable pair? Amicable pair is two different natural numbers related in such a way that the sum of the proper divisors of each number is equal to the other number. So that means we need to find first the proper divisors of both numbers, and then we have to compare their sum. If they are equal, we can say they are amicable pairs. If they are not, then we'll say they are not amicable pairs. So if I run this code, first of all, we have taken two numbers, 221 and 284. So first thing first, we need to find the proper divisors of both number. Proper divisor means the factors of that number, all factors of that number except the number itself. How we can do that? First of all, we need to think what can be the possible values of the proper divisors of a certain number. Well, in this case, it can be up to the half of that number. Any number greater than half of the given number cannot be a proper divisor of that number. So we can create an array of all the possible proper divisors using this part 1 colon ceil of that number divided by 2. We are using this ceil function. That's because our number can be odd also. When it's odd, this part would be a fraction. That's why we are rounding it up to the next integer. And in this part, we are doing it for the second number. So if I run the code up to here, you will see we got an array from 1 to half of that number. Now we have to check whether these numbers are proper divisors of the given number up here. We can check for remainders. If remainder is 0, that will give a logical 1 as output. Otherwise, it will give a logical 0. So we are using the built-in function rem for that. First, we'll give the first part will give the number itself as an input, and then separated by comma, we'll give the array that we have created for the possible proper divisors. So in this part, we have done we've created two logical array for proper divisors of both numbers. So if I run this part, you will get these two logical arrays. Now we need to compare the sum of the proper divisors. If they are equal, we'll say that they are amicable pairs, otherwise they are not. First of all, in this two logical array, we did not extract the numbers itself. It only gives us the index of those numbers from this array. So we can use logical indexing to convert the position of the index of these logical arrays to their corresponding number of our previous arrays. So here we have done that in these two lines. If I run this part up to here, you will see that it gives the proper divisors here. So if I explain it, here you can see this in PD1 array. We have 1 in the first position, then we have a lot of zeros following the 1. So first, in this part, in the first position, the index of this one is 1. Remember, Matlab index starts from 1. So for that index, the corresponding value of this C array is 1. That's why this one is returned. Then we have this one is at the 13 number index. That's why we have got this 13 number in this S1 array. So in this way it works. Now we'll sum all these numbers like 13 plus 17 plus 1, and for this S2 array also, and we'll compare their sum. If the sum is equal to the other number, for like in this case the sum of S1, the whole array, if it is equal to N2 and the sum of S2 is equal to N1, we'll say it will return a logical 1 as output, which is shown by in this highlighted part. Otherwise, it will give a logical 0 as output. So this is the code. There is also another if condition here. Now This condition is given, that's because 0 and 1 is also natural number, but they do not have any proper divisors. That's why we need to omit that two numbers. So to just avoid that two numbers, we just use the if condition here. If our input was 0 or 1, it will just go to this else condition and it will return a logical 0 as an output. Matlab false in Matlab means 0. So if I run this code to the next to the end, you can see the logical output is 0. That means these two numbers are not amicable pairs. So if I change the value 220 and 284, by the way, these two numbers are the lowest amicable pairs. So if I run this part, you can see we've got 1 as an output. In this way, you can find if two numbers are amicable pairs or not. So I hope you have learned something new in this video, and thanks for watching.